morning.
Morning.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. I'm here today to present ACR 151, which seeks to raise awareness and prioritize the use of seismically vetted, non-structural components within our buildings. Non-structural components can include plumbing, electrical wiring, and HVAC systems, all of which are separate from structural building components such as the foundation of a building or load-bearing walls. The non-structural components within our buildings play a major yet underestimated role in seismic resiliency. Following an earthquake, buildings are often rendered inhospitable due to severe damage to the non-structural systems, despite minimal damage to the structural components. Given the constant threat of earthquakes in our state, and we had a couple yesterday right by my home, ACR 151 seeks to raise the importance of seismically vetted non-structural technologies from the point of new construction to the functional recovery of a building post-earthquake. Here with me in support is Richard McCarthy, President of the Earthquake Engineering Research Institute, Northern California Division, and Tom Sheehy on behalf of the pipe manufacturing company Omega Flex.
Please proceed.
Great. Thank you, Chairman Dodd and members of the GO Committee. Really appreciate the opportunity to have a few words here in support of Ms. Calderon's resolution. California is earthquake country. There's no question about it. We've had several earthquakes over 4.0 on the Richter scale just in the last 10 days. And most earthquake regulations and building code requirements focus on the structural aspect of buildings. Ms. Calderon's resolution focuses on the non-structural part. And when we talk about non-structural, we're talking about things like elevators, stairwells, HVAC systems, electrical systems, and piping systems. These are critical because if a building is left intact standing after an earthquake and their water pipes break and flood the building, it becomes unusable, just as an example of how a non-structural system can cause havoc in a building. So having a focus on the non-structural elements of seismic safety is a really, really important matter. ACR 151 addresses this critical infrastructure and the benefits that it can bring by trying to jumpstart more work in this area with non-structural systems. Seismic codes and standards do exist that will facilitate the use of more resilient building components, but we need to have more incentives in order to get engineers to take these up. And we're hoping that ACR 151 will send a message to the building community and to engineers and to building designers to use more of these materials. Changes in building standards are happening across the country, and so we think this is a really good opportunity to send a message to the building code community, such as it is. There are no California-specific costs to this measure. We don't believe that it'll make buildings more expensive to build or maintain. In fact, we think in the long run, over the life cycle of the building, having more resilient components in it will actually save costs. This is a small step, but we think an important step in the direction of more seismic resiliency and functional recovery. And we would appreciate your support this morning and your aye vote on Ms. Calderon's resolution. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else here in support? Anyone here in opposition? We'll bring it back to the committee.
Move the bill.
We have a motion by Senator Wilk. I do like to say I really appreciate this. In 2013, I was a Napa County supervisor after the earthquakes in Napa. And my wife and I, about 5 o'clock in the morning, walked up the county building, the stairs, because obviously the elevators were not working. And what was really evident to us is there was no structural damage in this big building at all, but what was happening is all the piping was broken, water spraying out, on the stairs going up, the HVAC systems, all the things hanging there. So I do think this is a serious issue, and much damage was done to that building by water and other elements. And if we'd had a good infrastructure there would have been a lot less damage to have to pay for later. So thank you for bringing this forward. We have a motion by Senator Wilk. The motion is that the resolution be adopted. Secretary, please call the roll. Excuse me. Would you like to close?
Yes, thank you.
I just closed for you.
Yes, I appreciate that, Mr. Chair. Respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you very much, Assemblymember. So, Secretary, please call the roll.
Dodd?
Aye.
Dodd, aye. Wilk?
Aye.
Wilk, aye. Archuleta? Ashby?
Aye.
Ashby, aye. Bradford?
Aye.
Bradford, aye. Glazer? Jones?
Aye.
Jones, aye. Nguyen? Ochobo?
Aye.
Ochobo, aye. Padilla? Portantino?
Aye.
Borentino, I. Roth.
Aye.
Roth, I. Rubio.
Aye.
Rubio, I. Ciardo.
Aye.
Ciardo, I. Smallwood Cuevas.
As 10 votes, we'll hold the roll. We're going to close the roll. The roll is now closed. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Assemblymember.
Mr. Chair.